There's somebody else, though, Rachel, that has been just kind of like undermined. They say that, not a great actor because he's always showing his body, and that's Channing Tatum. And Channing Tatum
I
apparently
knew
is
this.
coming into Deadpool 3. Well, that's the rumor right now. They're bringing him
He's
as
got
Gambit.
shit on Chris Evans.
I'm not shitting on Chris Evans, but
Are you upset that Channing Tatum came after Chris Evans? Channing
Oh
Tatum's
no,
amazing.
I'm saying you can't compare the two. Like Chris Evans got so much more talent than Channing.
But Channing and Taylor Kittich are coming in here actually to do this. They're saying, there might be two of them apparently. Two Gambits. That's what they're saying. Two Gambits right now. And also right now today, it came out today that Ben Affleck's been on set of Deadpool 3 shooting today as well. Oh, and so the rumor going around is that he's going to be coming in to be Daredevil again. There was a scene they were shooting today in Vancouver with Ryan Reynolds and Ben Affleck sitting down to have lunch somewhere. Camera spotted them. And so that's the rumor going wild on top of this. So I heard this about this last night, and then I heard about that today before we came live. So apparently there's a lot of stuff happening with this Deadpool 3 movie. And even the creator of Deadpool was talking about it and said that I've been very fortunate, people around me telling me stuff and trusting me with stuff. And all I'm saying is I saw the cast list. I think people are just going to get freaking blown away. And I'm not saying more than that. But then you hear stuff like this. Like, I'm guessing Ben Affleck, he's going to be Daredevil coming in. I'm guessing, but Channing Tatum was supposed to be Gambit. He was supposed to be in X-Men Origins, but then he had a conflict with G.I. Joe, and that's why Taylor came in instead. And then that movie fucking bombed. It didn't do well, and then he said he still wanted to play Gambit. So then he got signed on to be Gambit. And then what happened was they're doing a spinoff, and then what happened? Disney bought Fox. And when Disney bought Fox, they just shut it all down. They're like, we're scrapping all that X-Men stuff. And then Channing had to take his ball and go away, and he didn't get to be, didn't get to be Gambit. But now apparently this might be his chance to not just be dancing on a bar, to be a superhero, throwing cards instead. Maybe he'll be shirtless throwing cards. I don't know. But I think I like Channing Tatum. I think he could be good in this part. Taylor was okay. I'm like, if he comes back, like, I don't need to see him. I'd rather see the Channing thing, just like, it's a Keaton thing in the Flash. It's great to have that kind of inside nostalgia. The Nick Cage thing, that's the same kind of thing, even though that was kind of like a letdown too in its own, right, Spencer? Spencer, what do you think about this? Do you think it'd be good to bring old actors back like this into this franchise and give them a rejuvenation, or do you think they should just not do this and let Deadpool continue forward as opposed to being, just looking at the past too much? Member berries.
Yeah, I can't tell. Member berries. Yeah. Member. No, I don't know. DC, I don't like the way DC does it, but Marvel for some reason does it well. Spider-Man was awesome. Those things in was awesome. So I have a feeling, Deadpool is awesome, and they do a really good job of making jokes about the right things. So I could see this going well. Even Ryan Reynolds saying we should have got at least one more person to play a better version. I think it's doable. I think this will work, but I think this is getting overplayed a little too much. That's my take. Yep.
Do you think Ben Affleck will actually be Daredevil though too? Because Ryan Reynolds had that whole thing where he got to get vindication for his character, so this might be a vindication thing for Ben Affleck, right?
I absolutely think so. Yeah, and after Batman, and I think a lot of people were actually decently impressed by Ben Affleck's Batman. They were like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, do it."
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Good callback. Yeah,
Batfleck all the way. That's what I say.
I think the whole thing about Deadpool though is, literally Deadpool started. It was a revamp of like a totally different character that Ryan Reynolds played in what was it, Origin, right?
Origins,
he couldn't talk. Like that's no Deadpool, bro.
Well, exactly. And then so here's the thing that I'll counter with is, however we feel about Chris Evans aside, I very much think that Channing Tatum is fucking hysterical.
Me too.
Like literally, like he had like a 30-second bit in Bullet Train, and that was my favorite part of the movie. He literally, there's like that header, like there's like that little bit, like a homo, like
is this the sex thing? Yeah,
it's the sex thing. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the best way to put it.
Shot on Hawk lenses, everybody.
Oh God, it was fantastic, and he just like, I think especially because Deadpool, even though yes, it is a superhero movie, is such a notoriously comedic movie. I think he's going to be great.
Yeah,
I think so too, and I think it just makes sense with Channing being there. He was great in what was it? This Is the End? Is that what it was called? The one where he was like Danny McBride's little love child in it. Like,
Yes, that was
It
so good. He called him Channing Tatum. That was his name. Channing Tatum.
He's good in the Lost
It was
City.
amazing.
He lets me just fuck his ass all the time. Yeah, right.
Rachel, have you seen that before?
And then go shit in Pierce Brosnan's yard.
It's insane. It's insane. Yeah, leave Pierce Brosnan alone. But it's insane because they apparently called Channing up like middle of the night. And they're like, "Hey man, can you do this cameo?" Like Seth Rogen was talking about this, and he's like, "It's a really weird cameo, but would you do this?" And he said yes, and he got to set and found out that he's gonna be wearing like dominatrix stuff, half naked, getting whipped by Danny McBride on a chain, and then running around like
yes,
a dog
all day.
Funny.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
All right.
Quick
It's
question,
very
Ryan.
wild. Yes.
I have a light question for you. Are you saying Channing Tatum,
He
or
does.
am I
He says it
being
every time.
special?
Yeah.
He's adding
That's how I say his name.
Yeah.
That's how I say his
Tatum?
name.
Shit.
Yep, that's how I say his name. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
okay,
I'm
there
sorry.
you go. Okay, you could say Channing Tatum, then yes, I will accept it. But
Channing
if not, you have
Tatum.
to put a ch on there, bro. Give me a little ch. It's
I'm stuck. I have a hard time pronouncing names, but I'm stuck on that. I've been calling him Channing for so long.
I mean,
it's what it is now at this point.
I say Brendan Fraser, and it's Brendan Fraser.
To be fair, that's a really common. Nobody says Channing Tatum wrong.
Yeah.
Somebody else. Rachel, what do you think about Channing Tatum coming back to be to finally be Gambit?
I am very indifferent. I don't care about Gambit as a character. I'm sorry, guys. This is my nerd doesn't reside here.
I mean,
so
what about Taylor coming back? You think that's good?
Sure. This is just not a franchise I'm invested in.
Deadpool.
If you guys who are really into it are happy about it, I'm happy for you. That's where my opinion lies. I did not mean to shade Channing Tatum earlier. I just really love Chris Evans. I'm not overly familiar with Channing Tatum's body of work.
You'll
also
sit
great
through
in
a
Free
3-hour
Guy.
Marvel movie, but you won't watch Deadpool? Come on.
It's not that I won't watch it. I just missed it somehow.
Well, you need to watch it immediately. It's like a Step Brothers for me personally.
Sure.
Get yourself a Disney Plus membership.
Somewhere I'll check it out. It hasn't been streaming very many places.
I'm gonna mail it to your house. I'm gonna buy you a DVD and mail it to your house. That's how much you need to see this shit. Like immediately, you need to see it.
I'm not anti Deadpool. Like I like Ryan Reynolds well enough.
Oh, it's great.
Well, friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Ryan.
Who loves Ryan Reynolds.
Here's my thing though about like superhero movies, and I know this is maybe going to be a super controversial take, is that I think a lot of people can do superhero movies. I think that Channing Tatum doesn't have to reach a super high bar to do a superhero movie.
No.
And that's not to shit on superhero movies. I love superhero movies, but it's not Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I guess you're kind of right. If someone like Chris Pratt, who plays like the funny, weird, dumb boyfriend from Parks and Rec, can become like the biggest megastar, sex icon from playing Star-Lord, then I guess you're right. Honestly, anybody can do it.
That lasted like a year.
Not anybody, but like a lot of people.
Yeah, you just never know though until someone.
Elizabeth Olsen was Scarlet Witch in that first movie. She had an accent half the time. She didn't have an accent half the time.
Honestly, I don't know if that was the director dropped the ball there too.
That was not 100%.
Joss Whedon.
Maybe they did 3,000 takes and she couldn't fucking do it. And they were like, let's just move the fuck on. Like, who knows? Right. She was abysmal. And the dude who played her brother, who's now playing
Aaron Taylor Johnson,
also fucking abysmal, but way better than her.
Yeah.
But she eventually grew into the character with better directors.
The only time she grew, in my opinion, the first time she got better was when she played that WandaVision shit. I was like, that's where her wheelhouse was.
And Multiverse of Madness.
It was great. And I literally was like, how are they giving her a spinoff? She's literally the worst person in any Marvel movie ever. It's very closely followed by another half accent, half not accent, Scarlett Johansson. Like, thank you for not figuring out.
I'm surprised that Brie Larson wasn't at the bottom of your list.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no,
I know. Sabrina's a big fan of Brie Larson.
She's not as bad of an actress. I just don't like her as a person.
That's fair.
Like, her acting ability is much better than either of those two in their first Marvel movie. Like commit or don't. Like either be American or be Russian.
Anyone who can do any action movie can do a superhero movie. So Channing Tatum has already done action movies. He can do a superhero movie.
Really?
I think he's perfectly competent.
Magic Mike. Have you guys seen Magic Mike 3? I think.
Is that a superhero movie?
Is that
it pretty much is. It pretty much is. I walked by and
I can't do those moves.
He did a lap dance. That is the coolest thing. I was like, well, I can understand how every woman is in love with him from that. That was amazing.
Gaying it up, Spencer.
It's insane.
Cruise control is the most bisexual.
Girl, you know what I mean? And then I'm like,
we really are.
He was like spinning around this pole. I'm like, Jesus.
Which one's that? Magic Mike 3, Never Stop Miking?
Never Stop Miking. Is that that's a real title?
I really hope that's not the name of it. Okay.
Wow.
I didn't see any of those. I don't fucking
It was
know.
on in vacation. I walked by and I was like, what kind of acrobatics is this? This is
I'm sorry. Are you not sensing Rachel's big lesbian energy right now, sir? How dare you ask her about Magic Mike? That is very rude of you. I'm just kidding.
I was like totally lost.
I'm sorry. I'm simply too gay to have watched that movie.
No, the last time we were on together, you said big lesbian energy, and I died, and it's been in my brain. I've been waiting to throw it out there somewhere, and I just finally got the opportunity.
Oh boy. I gotta say though, I mean, I feel good if Channing
dancer. He got the moves. I perfectly believe he could play an erotic dancer.
Yeah, I mean, I see it. He was a stripper too. That's how he started before he became an actor too. So I mean, or he was a.
That was his origin story.
Yeah,
that was his origin story. Magic Mike.
And then he became Gambit. Maybe. I mean, I hope he gets Gambit. I hope this is true because I know that he's really wanted to play Gambit for a long time. Like I said before, back in Fox, he was supposed to do it, and then he had G.I. Joe, which he was probably really bummed about that because G.I. Joe sucked. But then again, X-Men Origins was a steaming hot pile of turd too.
How was his performance in G.I. Joe? Did he suck?
It's just the movie itself just wasn't good. You know what I mean? Like it just wasn't. Yeah. Like there's a lot. I mean, you could be a spectacular actor, and there are certain. Did you just flash me, sir? Oh no, was that the Tom Cruise run?
That's
it was him and Marlon.
It's more like swimming. If you're flashing run.
This to me is the Tom Cruise run, personally.
This is definitely Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise is gonna do something that's running. That man loves running.
That's true. Any movie you can guarantee at least a few of these.
Good at it.
I gotta tell you what though, go ahead, Sabrina.
I'm sorry. Channing Tatum was in Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds, so I feel like there's definitely a stronger possibility of this happening because of that. And then also you mentioned Ben Affleck, and I think that Ryan Reynolds probably knows what it feels like to get a shitty reception as a superhero from Green Lantern. So I could totally see that fucking hurt. I'm sorry I hit my funny bone. Super awesome. Amazing. So I feel like that would be also a very logical thing for him to reach out to Ben Affleck.
It would also define that Deadpool is not part of the main MCU universe. So it would have
this movie is supposedly trying to.
They're supposed to merge on this one.
Then you would need to get the other guy to play Deadpool. Or not
that
Deadpool,
was him.
Daredevil?
Daredevil.
Yeah, Charlie Cox. Yeah,
awesome.
I mean, maybe
the way
they're going about
this. But if there's
this,
two Gambits, then it's a multiverse situation.
Yes.
So maybe there's two
Yeah.
Deadpool. Maybe Charlie Cox is in it. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, that's kind of the
so
whole
many possibilities.
That's like the kind of the whole thing with with all of the superhero stuff now is like, again, it goes back to like superhero fatigue. It's literally just like
definitely
we've done it so much.
Fatigue is real.
Yeah.
Literally after Thanos destroying half of the universe, how do you continue to make the show after that? So they're like, well, let's just all do universes. So you've got
that's when it fucking started sucking.
I kind of agree with you. Like I really love that franchise, but it's just like it used to be like one of these things where it was like every year you got so stoked for like the 2 or 3 that would come out, and now they just fucking it pisses me off.
Oversaturated.
Spider-Man has been pretty much the only thing I can care about since Endgame.
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, though, what's been happening, we know that the oversaturation is very true.